Hey everyone, and welcome back to an Aether Gazer video. Global Aether Gazer is pretty much right around the corner, and it's actually really exciting to see that we're actually starting to make some progress towards it. Me personally, I'm very hyped about it. Now, and in this video, I did want to go over a couple points to help out people that are interested in this game and willing to give it a try. I'll be going over what Aether Gazer is, how the gacha is in the game, how the character building is, and also what we did get for the release of the game and the pre-registration rewards that we did have on the CN side. Hopefully all the information I will present you in this video will help you feel a little more comfortable trying out this game. Me personally, I really do like this game a lot. I have been playing free-to-play CN side because one, I don't really feel like spending on the CN version, and two, the main reason is I just really wanted to try the game free-to-play and see how difficult the game is, pretty much just using the starter characters. And I can say as of right now, I'm pretty satisfied. Majority of the content in the game, right, especially right now, you can pretty much clear it all just with the starter team. The only problem is that there is a little bit of content in the game where you do need multiple teams. Just the starter team is not going to cut it out there, but you can build whatever you have and you pretty much be fine for a majority of the game. And that I think is really great, and it's very, very good quality for any game, especially if it's free to play. So without further ado, let's jump into the points I wanted to talk about and see where it goes from there. As most people are probably wondering, what is Aether Gazer? And Aether Gazer is pretty much a 3D action game developed by Yongshi Inc., which are the developers of Azure Lane. And in this game, you do play a role called Administrator, which basically in charge of the characters in the game that are called modifiers. And to go over a little more about what is pretty much happening in the game, Project Gaia, to ensure the survival of human civilization and continued existence of the consciousness, survivors of the old world uploaded their consciousness to a metaverse created by a giant supercomputer orbiting in space. The original appearance and rules of this metaverse are basically a copy of the old world in the 22nd century. Gaia makes a real-time calculation for the future to form a path that would guarantee the stable development of human civilization. So that is pretty much the backstory of what's happening inside Aether Gazer. Explaining a little bit what modifiers are, the world system automatically generates self-check programs to eliminate bugs that are generated while the virtual world runs. The most serious bugs, Vizbands, are promoted to self-check programs to evolve into a human form with special system access to intervene directly in the surface layer. And these physical forms are called modifiers. Their mission is to battle the civilization, destroying Vizbands, and maintain a balance in Gaia. They're basically files, is what they are, that are created to counter these Vizbands that are the more serious kind of bugs in the virtual world that they all live in. Personally, I think it's actually really unique how they did this, and I really do like it a lot. And I really do think that this was a pretty good creative idea that they went with. So, and with this information, it helps you understand a little bit about what's going on and what the characters are, and explaining why you're kind of called an administrator and your role over these modifiers, which are basically files. All right, now moving on to the gacha in Aether Gazer, which I know a lot of people are definitely interested in about, because they might make it or break it if they are willing to try this game and give it a shot for a longer period of time. The gacha is similar to Genshin's gacha, but I do feel like it's a little bit better because the pity is not so high. So if we get into the S rank rate 1.60% up to a 2.40%, including the guaranteed. The A ranks at 7.80% up to a 14%, including a guaranteed for A rank onto the banner. So the gacha rates don't look too bad. I think they're pretty decent. Obviously, you could always say it could be better, but for what it is, it's not too bad. But you can get really shafted especially if you're trying to hunt an A rank on a banner. Because my personal experience, I was hunting Buzz and Bow was the character on the first limited banner, and I didn't get her until I would say over 100 multis. I got her on the 110th multi is where I pulled one. So hunting A ranks can be pretty hard. I would say just like in Genshin, if you wanted a certain A rank. So for a 10 pull in the game is just 2,000 of the gacha currency. And to pity your first S rank on a limited banner, it is 70 pulls. If you do end up getting an off rate S rank character, then again, you're gonna have to do another 70 pulls on the banner, which is 140 in total. So it's not so easy, especially if you get shafted and you are saving. It is what it is, and you take what you can get. And lastly, again, every 10 pull will be a guaranteed A rank in that pull. So pretty standard, pretty normal gacha banner that we do have here in Aether Gazer. Every week, if you clear the weekly missions, you do get about 1,000 gacha currency. So every 2 weeks, you get one multi through there. When you first clear story stages, every stage usually gives you about 50 gacha currency, which actually starts to build up pretty fast. There's a pretty good amount of stages too to start with. And on the hard mode stages, it is 100 gacha currency every time you do complete one of those stages. So that again starts to build up pretty fast when you start out the game. And lastly, the limited banner pity does carry over to the next banner. So that is pretty much the big blessing at the end of it all. If you do end up missing the character that you did want, you can always look forward to the next character that you do see coming in the future. Overall, pretty similar again to Genshin Impact's Gotcha. But in my opinion, personally, I do think this one's obviously better. There's three kind of major things that do pretty much make up a character in Aether Gazer. One is going to be the equipment that they do use, which is called engravings, weapon keys, and also the character shards, which are dupes, obviously. So, what are weapon keys? In Aether Gazer, you really don't have to roll for the character's weapon in particular. You roll for a weapon key, which does really change up a lot of the character's playstyles a lot, pretty much. And sometimes it can make it break a character if you really want to main them or not. So weapon keys do have their own banners, and they are actually divided into 5 factions, which there are 5 factions in the game. Each character is represented in their own faction. And the pity for one of these keys is 40 pulls, which is not too bad, to be honest. It's actually pretty decent. It could be better. I would say 30 would have been better, but 40 is what we have. When you basically pull for one of these keys in game, you're able to choose any character from that faction's weapon key, which I think is actually really great feature to have that. To basically get a faction key, which can pretty much let you choose any character within that faction. So if a character comes out in the future and you really wanted to save that faction key for that character, you can. And I think that's a great and really rewarding feature that they do have there. For character engravings, there's 6 slots that you can put the engravings on. Every 3 engraving is basically in a set on itself. It's kind of like in PGR where you could have a 4 set and a 2-piece. In this game, it's a 3-piece and a 3-piece. But if the character is max rank, so basically all the way to Omega, which is max dupes, let's say same thing in Punishing Girl Raven SSS Plus, you can actually use 3 2-piece sets, which I'll have on screen to show it to make it a little more easier to understand. And with that feature, you can really start to mix and match the kind of engravings the character has and pretty much really boost their damage. And speaking of Omega rank, we're going to go into the character shards. When you get the shards of the characters, which are the dupes, you can increase their rank, and which increases their rank also increases their stats. And you also get the extra benefit of being able to equip a 2 set instead of a 3 set onto a character. So how the ranks work in Aether Gazer, it starts at B, then you go to A rank, then you go to S rank, SS rank, and then all the way to SSS, and then lastly you're at Omega rank. Obviously, if you're pulling an A rank character, they start at A and not B. So that's pretty much how the ranking is. It's not too complicated, and I think it's pretty cool when you increase the character's rank that it's pretty much just stats that are increasing. It's not locking a whole other effect from the character that you can't use. It's a little more player friendly in my opinion. So overall, I think it's pretty good and I like it. Now on to the last point I did want to talk about for this video is what to expect for the release login, also the pre-registration rewards that we did get on the CN side. And you would assume Global would get the same exact login campaign and also the pre-registration rewards. There is a beginner banner, and the first time that they're using the beginner banner, the pity is at 40 pulls instead of 70. Limited banner has a different ticket. The standard banner has its own ticket as well. I'll have a little picture on screen so you guys see which is which. You get the first S rank off that banner for 40 pulls, and it's a one-time only at 40, and then it increases to 70 on the standard banner. You have these starter missions, which you can get up to a total of 4,430 gacha currency. You also get a free Omega version of Poseidon that's max rank for that character, and pretty much just completing all the tasks will get you there for her. There'll also be another tab, which are more of like your daily tasks for just logging in the game and playing. And every day that will unlock a new task for you to be able to complete. So you'll be able to get a total of 1,400 gacha currency through there, 150 Zenkibo shards, which is that's one of the B ranks that you start out the game with. That will basically get her, I think, all the way up to SSS rank. And you also do get a free skin for her, which is pretty cool. There is the pre-registration rewards that we did get, which got up to 30 pulls. There's also a free A-rank Poseidon skin, which I currently have equipped onto my A-rank Poseidon. And a lot more like material to help you increase and upgrade those characters. There was also a 15-day login campaign. So if you did log in for the 15 days, you're able to get 6 different A-rank characters. Also 40 pulls, 20 of them are on the character banner, and 20 of them are also on the weapon banner. Overall, I think it's really good that they did do that. And I think that it's a pretty good reward, especially when you're starting off the game. And lastly, there'll be a little level campaign, and every time you do hit a milestone, let's say level 20, level 30, level 40, You're able to get some shards for the B rank main character that you do start the game with, and you can get her all the way up to triple S just from getting to level 60, which I think is really good. You also do get a universal key, which I'll show a couple of them on screen. These keys you can get through a game mode, which gives you a currency that you can just pretty much pick out one of these keys for each one of the factions. These keys are not character keys. These are actually pretty much universal keys in that faction. So you can put this key on any character and it'll work. They're not the best keys either, but they're better than a 4-star key. They're pretty much 5-star keys. First limited banner we will have at the start is Tsukuyomi banner, which she's a really strong hitter. I really can't stress that enough. She's a really good character. Planning to reroll, I would definitely reroll and try to get her. Buzz and Bow is another character that will be on the banner. She's super fun. Overall, I think the game is really great, and again, it has a lot of potential to get better, obviously, in the future. As of right now, I wouldn't say the game is really a main game. Really good as a side game for now, until they start releasing, let's say, more serious content. I will note that there is one game mode. If you are interested in this character in particular, you can 100% grind out this character free to play for the first copy, and obviously you can get shards of her too as well through the game mode. So keep that in mind. Again, if you are trying to reroll and you did see the character and you're like, I want to reroll for this character in particular, you can get her through there. We will be getting a free S rank character selector and also a free key selector for that character. I'll have the list of characters on screen right now, so you can pretty much help decide what you want. Me personally, I would choose Little Girl with the Twin Tails. That also has like a pretty much a mech companion, which is pretty cool. She'll help your characters on the field pretty much increase their crit rate, and that's pretty big. Overall, again, I am very excited for the global launch of this game and for everyone to try it out. I really do think that this game does have a pretty bright future, depending on, again, what the company does with it. I really do like a lot of the characters' aesthetics in this game. A lot of them do feel pretty unique in my opinion, and just playing the characters are really fun. So if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. I'll try my best to get back and answer you guys. If you are interested in joining a Discord, I'll have a Discord link down below as well. This is the community Discord that I'm in and a lot of other people are in. So if you want to talk about the game and you have a lot more questions that flare up as you're playing, they are a really great community, and they're very helpful. If you are interested in trying the CN version first before we do get the global, I'll also have another link down below to kind of explain how to start that process and actually play it on the CN side. I did have to verify my phone number as a foreigner. So if you do that, I think it's a lot easier to gain access to the game, and pretty much it'll be easy so you can play a lot of other really big games in the future as well. So overall, I hope you guys did find useful information in this video and did find it enjoyable as well. And I will see all of you in the next Aether video. Peace.